Hey guys! Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Today I will tell you history of Temple of Medinet Habu, located in Egypt. So move toward my today's video. Temple of Medinet Habu, located on the west bank of Luxor in Egypt, is one of the most significant and well-preserved temples from ancient Egypt. This temple complex is particularly known for its association with Pharaoh Ramesses III, and serves as a critical source of information about his reign and the period's history. Location and initial significance. The site of Medinet Habu was considered sacred long before the construction of the temple. It is believed that an earlier temple dedicated to Amun, built during the 18th dynasty by Hatshepsut and Thutmose III, once stood on the site. The current temple, however, is most famously associated with Ramses III, who ruled during the 20th dynasty, 1186 to 1155 BCE. Construction of the temple. The main structure of the Temple of Medinet Habu was built under the orders of Ramses III, beginning around 1186 BCE. The temple was constructed as a mortuary temple for the pharaoh, intended to serve as a place of worship and as a memorial to his reign. The temple is designed in a style reminiscent of the mortuary temple of Ramses II, Ramesseum, but is even larger and more elaborate. Its architecture is typical of New Kingdom temples, featuring massive pylons, courts, colonnades, and sanctuaries. The first pylon and courtyard. The temple complex is entered through a massive first pylon, decorated with scenes of Ramses III in battle, smiting his enemies, and making offerings to the gods. These reliefs are among the best preserved in Egypt, and provide detailed accounts of the military campaigns during his reign. Beyond the first pylon lies a large open courtyard, surrounded by colonnades. This courtyard served as a place for public ceremonies and processions. Hypostyle hall and inner sanctuaries. The temple's hypostyle hall, which follows the courtyard, is filled with columns adorned with intricate carvings and hieroglyphs. This hall leads to the inner sanctuaries, which were dedicated to Amun and other gods, as well as to the deified Ramses III. The sanctuaries and adjacent chapels were considered the most sacred parts of the temple, where rituals and offerings were made. Military reliefs and inscriptions. One of the most notable aspects of the Temple of Medinet Habu is its extensive reliefs depicting the military achievements of Ramses III. These scenes include the famous Battle of the Delta, against the Sea Peoples, a coalition of marauding groups that threatened Egypt's stability. The inscriptions also provide valuable insights into the economic and social conditions of Egypt during this period, detailing the distribution of wealth and the administration of the temple's estates. Ramses III's mortuary cult. The temple served as the center of the mortuary cult of Ramses III, where priests conducted daily rituals to honor the pharaoh's spirit and ensure his eternal life in the afterlife. The temple complex was also a significant economic and administrative hub, with its own workshops, storerooms, and living quarters for priests and workers. Post-Ramses III era. After the death of Ramses III, the temple continued to be used for religious purposes, but its prominence declined as the 20th dynasty waned. Over time, the complex was expanded by later rulers, and portions of it were repurposed by subsequent generations. Christian period. During the early Christian period, parts of the temple complex were converted into a Coptic church, and Christian symbols were added to the ancient Egyptian reliefs. This period saw the partial destruction and modification of the original structures. Rediscovery and excavation. The temple was rediscovered by European explorers in the 18th and 19th centuries, and systematic excavations began in the early 20th century, revealing the temple's full extent and grandeur. The temple is now one of the best preserved sites from ancient Egypt, thanks to its relatively intact state and the dry climate of the region. Modern significance. Today, the Temple of Medinet Habu is a major tourist attraction and an essential site for Egyptologists studying the New Kingdom period, particularly the reign of Ramses III. The temple's well-preserved inscriptions and reliefs make it a key source of historical information about Egypt's military, religious, and economic history during the late New Kingdom. If you enjoyed today's video, then like and share my today's video, and subscribe my YouTube channel.